Every 30 seconds, another individual becomes a victim of this global crime. Human trafficking is the fastest growing business of organized crime. It is ranked third as the largest criminal enterprise in the world. As an active member of society, you have the ability to help save future victims by knowing the signs, staying safe online, and in general having a working knowledge on how to help human trafficking survivors.
As students from places in the world that are severely affected by human trafficking, such as South Africa, Afghanistan, Punjab, and Tamil Nadu, our perspective on the situation motivated us to educate citizens about this global crime. Even though some of us have become numb to these findings on the news about human trafficking cases in our native countries, where these cases continue to grow exponentially, it is heartbreaking to witness the same exact issue miles away from our home in a place we were promised a better life.
The United Nations defines human trafficking as exploiting a person through force, fraud, or coercion to obtain some type of forced labor. People often assume that human trafficking encompasses sexual slavery of young females. However, there are specific groups that are more vulnerable to become a target, such as the LGBTQIA+ community, racial minorities, or people with a history of substance abuse. The list is not exhaustive, and as a result, the number of victims worldwide is shocking.
Currently, there are 40.3 million victims of human trafficking in the world. 1 in 4 victims are children. In Texas specifically, 75,000 victims of sex trafficking are minors. In 2019, the National Human Trafficking Hotline reported 1,080 cases of human trafficking, and the most being sex trafficking.
Victims of human trafficking may be discovered in various situations, and having knowledge on the signs can help save lives. The following list includes general indicators of a potential human trafficking situation. According to the UNODC, victims of human trafficking usually feel anxious or stressed, have false identities and travel documents, have bruises on their body that seem to stem from assault, are being forced to work in certain conditions for low wages, or live in low socioeconomic areas. These factors may not be evident in all cases, and its presence does not necessarily mean trafficking is taking place. If you detect a possible trafficking situation, report it immediately. It is especially necessary to know the signs of human trafficking during the COVID-19 pandemic.
As COVID-19 cases continue to surge, the number of human trafficking cases have drastically increased. Many people are out of work or unable to attend school, leaving them at high risk for human trafficking. The pandemic has also caused victim rescue programs and counseling support groups to close due to a lack of funding. Within the United States, more victims are resorting back to their exploiters as they lack shelter, jobs, and medical insurance.
The number of cases reported to the Human Trafficking Hotline increased by more than 40% after the emergence of a shelter-in-place order in early March of 2020. In addition, approximately 75% of humanitarian operations worldwide have stopped due to international lockdowns, curfews, and other measures taken in response to the COVID-19 virus. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children noted an increase from 2 million to 4.2 million reports of online exploitation from March to April of 2020.
Along with the drastic increase in cases, traffickers have found new ways to exploit victims. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, young children are isolated from school settings, thus technology use has increased. This may make them more vulnerable to online sexual predators. A greater demand for online sexual abuse material has been reported by law enforcement officials, according to the UNODC. If you are a parent watching this video, please emphasize the importance of correct social media use and how to stay safe online to your kids.
Online safety is crucial during times like these when kids rely on technology for various reasons. The following are a few ways to be safe online so that you can protect yourself and others from a potential trafficking situation. First, always protect your personal information. It's important to know who you are sharing your internet life with. Next, don't agree to meet up with anyone you met online. Traffickers may lure their victims by setting up a time and place to meet. If possible, keep social media accounts private. Some people may claim to be your friend, but with a private account, only real friends can get access. Share your location with a trusted family member or friend. It's extremely important for someone to know where you are going and when they can expect you to be back. Lastly, report any suspicious behavior or abuse to law enforcement or a trusted adult. A lot of children may feel confident on how to be safe online, but traffickers rely on online media such as advertisements and the dark web to exploit children.
Like stated before, you can help play a major role in restoring hope for victims of human trafficking. There are many local restoration homes that provide support, shelter, and long therapeutic aftercare for these survivors. By donating to these local organizations, you can provide survivors with the necessities they need to assimilate into society again.
Check the link in our description below to find organizations near you. If your location is not listed on our website, just do a quick 10-minute research to find one that will work for you. We promise that these efforts, no matter how small or large, will go a long way in helping these victims, so never feel that your contribution is not enough. In terms of educating those around you, encourage your local community and schools to develop protocols for identifying human trafficking situations and responding to a potential victim. Share your knowledge about this ongoing issues to peers that you've learned through this video. Through the power of education, we can come together as a community in order to prevent this inhumane tragedy.